Good morning, and welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. I am Mike. Today is the 22nd of February. It's 11 a.m. Central European time, and we are back. We had a very late evening last night. We had an incredible AMA with Brett Williamson from SWG Token. A good night was had by all. We had 5 winners. 4 have already been paid. 1 is going to be paid at some point today after the stream. A big thank you to everybody that turned up. We had 11,500 people watch the stream on Binance, over 60 concurrent viewers on YouTube. It was immense. And we're going to try, I keep saying this, we're going to try and do as many AMAs and as many giveaways as we possibly can over the next couple of months. They are hard to get hold of. It is a lot of effort, but it's a great night when it all comes together. So a big shout out to Mags is in chat and Hidden Agendas. Good morning to you both. I hope you are doing very well. I'm skimming through. Remember, it's a two-way stream. This isn't a record. This isn't a pre-record. I am live. If you've got any questions, ask them in chat and I will try my hardest to see them. Now, we have a packed show today. We're going to go through the impact of Bitcoin ETFs. We're going to go through zero knowledge EVMs. We're going to go through 3 AI picks. These aren't my AI picks. These are AI picks of another crypto streamer. I'm going to give you my opinion on those. We've got some news again about... sorry. The first message I've read is Do Kwon is a criminal. So we're going to go through the more news about whether the XRP ETF is actually going to happen. And then Do Kwon gone. It didn't fit, so it's Kwon gone. And he has been extradited to the United States. He wanted to be extradited to South Korea, but that didn't happen. The Americans wanted to get hold of him, and that is where he has gone. So it's a busy day. We're going to try and get to do some quiz at the end. But let's see how far we get through the show. Comment from Mags. Yesterday I couldn't follow the AMA because I was working, but this morning I saw. Interesting. Yep, Mags, it was a good show. We had a lot of problems with the stream stuttering at the start. Brogan managed to resolve it by the end, but it did start off very choppy, and we don't know whether that was a streaming problem, whatever it might have been. But we tried. We've also tried turning off the ticker that goes across the top of the screen, and that seems to make a massive difference. It sounds crazy, I know, but turning that ticker off at the top of the screen seems to have smoothed the stream. Maybe it's just less moving parts, who knows. Bottom left-hand corner, you will see fans, 97,833. We are flabbergasted. We've almost gained 1,000 subscribers yesterday. We're just over 2,000 subscribers away from 100,000. We haven't organised a giveaway yet. That is something we're going to have to try and work on. Yowza is in chat. I got liquidated shorting Yasmi yesterday. Don't ask me why. I am baffled. But you live and learn. The coin went up 15% in 1 minute on the futures. Mohammed, good morning to you all. Yeah, Yowza, I think the problem is, and again, everybody is guilty of this. When you do the charts, it's difficult to look for the black swans that happen in the market, or a breaking piece of news or anything. And as I was saying to Brogan, it's like you're putting your chips on red. Having a game of roulette, you put your chips on red, and every once in a while it comes up on 0 and it clears the board. And that is what happens in crypto an awful lot. One bit of news, the Nvidia earnings report came out. We've pumped up since then. It's the flip of a coin or the roll of a dice in a lot of cases. And I think that's the issue. I have been liquidated more times than you could imagine, especially on Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is the least volatile of them all. And I've been liquidated to death. Also, I got liquidated on Jasmy futures. Yeah, I mean, these things just They just happen. As I say, one bit of news and you are stuck. Is there a way to create your own AI to trade? There's a lot of bots already on the show. I'm going to show you a video. I'm not going to play the video. I'm going to show you a video that I made quite a few months ago, and this is a warning video. Just let me bring up the video first. We will get into the show. We've got plenty of time. I can make things fit, don't worry. Let me just get down here. So down here under popular videos, you will see that there is an AI scam video. Now, AI trading bots, and there's another one further along here, which I haven't got, never mind. The AI scam is people will try and either sell you a bot or they will try and get you to put your crypto onto their platform. They are all scams, all of them. I have reviewed about 5 different AI trading bots. They are all scams. They are different to something such as Unibot. Unibot is legitimate and it is a Telegram trading bot. But for every one Unibot, there are 20 scam AI bots. So my advice is very simple. If you're going to trade and you want to use any kind of trading bot, use the one that's already on Binance. I'm never going to recommend a trading bot outside of legitimate software, legitimate companies, because the majority are scams. Mask Zero, create your own in Python. That is another option. The Black Swans of Do Kwon and CZ jail time. Again, that is a possibility, but to be honest, I would have expected the price of Luna to drop yesterday and it didn't. So I don't know whether we've gone past the stage of having Black Swans based on people being arrested and going to prison. Everybody knows that Do Kwon has been extradited. Everybody knows about what's going on with CZ. You should do a video on how to set up a trading bot. That would take out emotion from the equation. Absolutely, it would. I think one of the issues is FOMO. One of the issues is the grass is always greener, and you have to stick to your guns. As I say on here many times, there are videos. Oh, not videos. Sorry, there are coins that I don't hold, and I don't hold them not because I don't think they're great projects, but I'm trying to be as strict as possible with myself. So I've got, I think, 12 or 13 tokens in my portfolio. Jupiter is the one I've added this year. Last year I added Fetch and Singularity and maybe BNB. I think that's what I did last year. So each year I really have maybe one big trade. That's it. I don't really do a lot more than that. And if you just jump from coin to coin, you are chasing a tornado. And if you catch that tornado, you're going to get wrecked. But a trading bot video is probably not a bad idea. And I do have a video coming out today. I am making a video on, what was it called now? The new launch pool coin, Portal, that's it. I've made a video on Portal this morning. I've gone through the white paper, the website, the tokenomics of it. The video is 75% edited, and I will be uploading that video in about 2 hours' time. So keep your eye out for that. If you were scammed on your Trust wallet, there really isn't a lot you can do. If you've gone to a phishing website and you've accidentally given them your details, it has gone. Gifts, yeah, I'm going to be dropping a box in about 6 minutes' time. I'm going to try and balance out the show with the boxes, with everything else. So very quickly then, Bitcoin has recovered. We're going to look at the Bitcoin chart in a second. Bitcoin has recovered. We're probably going to go above 52,000 in the next hour or so. Ethereum is tickling the ivories of $3,000. As I said to Brogan last week, there's no way Ethereum is going to hit $3,000 and stay there. Now, I'm going to be proven wrong, I know, but I'm going to stand by that until it gets to $3,100, $3,200, because that is just the way the market is at the minute. we are bouncing around these higher prices. So we need to see where we can go. Market cap, we're still just under 2 trillion in market cap. We are up. Volume is down just a little. Bitcoin dominance is 51 and change. Ben Cowan thinks we're going to get to 60% dominance. I think he means doing. Let me think. What's the next one? FET. There's the 3 coins we're going to look at. And again, I'm not a TA expert. I just give you a general guidance. And my general guidance does tend to play out eventually. I'm not going to give you the ins and outs, but I will give you a general direction. Now, 24-hour Yasmi is up 54%. Singularity is up 34%. WorldCoin, the graph, render, beam, fetch. Now, just to put this into context for you, fetch, beam, render, singularity, all AI tokens. Ben Cowan has said the ETH is going home to a penthouse in a skyscraper. Yeah, exactly. I do cover the Bitcoin ETH chart from time to time, and I also covered the Bitcoin gold chart last week. And the interesting thing about gold and Ethereum, they've both really lost ground against Bitcoin in the last 15 months. You would have been better off just keeping all of your money in Bitcoin for the last 2 years, basically. But that's not what we talk about on here. We like to give you a balanced portfolio that you don't need to trade, that will go down, but will also go up in the bull run. So AI tokens are doing well. I've said this yesterday and the day before. I think 2024 is going to be the year of the AI token. I think 2025 is going to be GameFi. That's how I think it's going to play out. Again, I could be wrong, but so far this year, it seems to be going that way. Not a lot of losers. Stacks is down. Arweave is down a touch. Toncoin, not a lot. And Trust USD seems to have depegged slightly, which is very concerning. So that's where we are. Yeah, Bitcoin outperformed. In fact, my portfolio, I looked at it this morning, and of all the coins from last year that I bought, I think only Link and ICP have outperformed Bitcoin in the last 13 months. The rest of them have lagged behind. But let's wait and see. Right, let's get on to some quick snippets and then move through the show. I'm going to drop a box in 2 minutes' time. Now, again, for the last 2 days, I've made a point of telling you not to listen to crypto influencers. And yesterday we covered the article by Zach XBT. Today, I'm not going to go through the charts, but somebody's done a study on crypto influencers and found following their advice is terrible. I'm just surprised somebody found this worth a study. The best advice is dollar cost average in and dollar cost average out, and don't follow the token picks of crypto influencers. I could not have written this better myself. Dollar cost averaging in, for those of you that don't know, if you've got $100 to buy Bitcoin with, you buy $10 a week or you buy $10 a month, however you want to do that. Same with Ethereum, same with anything else. If you're a beginner, my advice is simple, and it's not financial advice. Buy the majority and you can't do it, then you haven't studied it enough. So you should be looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, Solana, the top 10 coins. Ignore the stable coins. You should be looking at those and doing your research on them, and not listening to crypto influencers that try and tell you to buy Dobe Shiba coffee, which is going to pump 12,000x. And what happens is the second you buy it, they sell it, and you become the exit liquidity. So dollar cost average in and dollar cost average out. We spoke about dollar cost averaging out. I'm going to start doing that in November or December next year. I am going to change my mind if the market changes, so don't hold me to that in 18 months' time. My plan at the minute is to dollar cost average out in 18 months from the halving. Now, this is, again, not too worrying as far as I'm concerned, because I'm not a huge fan of Tron. But USDC is discontinuing its service on Tron. They will no longer mint USDC on Tron. Now, Tron has its own stablecoin. And again, Charles Hoskinson was talking about this the week, and I made a video about it. I disagreed with him on some of his points. You have a centralized stablecoin in USDC. You have a centralized stablecoin in USDT. And the majority of liquidity in crypto outside of crypto itself are those two stablecoins. You have others, of course, PYUSD, FDUSD, you have lots of others, but the issue is that they are a central point of failure. If USDC and USDT were pulled tomorrow, it would cause an almighty crash in crypto. But I don't think that's going to happen. I'm just saying they are points of failure. And coming off Tron, I'm not a huge fan of Tron. I'm not a huge fan of Justin Sun. I think they've got holes in their books, and this is maybe the canary in the mine type of event. So be very careful. If you hold Tron or you use the Tron network, use it carefully. And the final X file is I will apply the DCA from halving. Yeah, I think dollar cost averaging in is the way forward. I've staked most of my tokens, and then I restake the rewards, and that's my version of dollar cost averaging in. So when I get my ETH, or when I get my Sol, or when I get my Cardano, whatever it might be, I just reinvest those tokens. So I'm not adding additional money. Only money I'm putting in at the minute is going into Jupiter. The rest of it is just staking rewards. Now, Pentoshi, very wise X. I don't like calling it X. A very wise Twitter account to follow. At first, when you start following someone, you don't know whether their premonitions come true. Pentoshi is a very good indicator of where he thinks or she thinks the market is going to go. So the crypto market trend overall has felt relentless. For Bitcoin, new all-time highs are a matter of when, not if. The supply coming into the market will soon halve. Meanwhile, the alt market looks like it's this image too. There will be pullbacks, but the upside is unlimited. Now, again, I've gone from very bearish in September to now overly bullish. And the reason is that every day that I see the amount of money coming into the ETFs is scaring me. The amount of Bitcoin on exchanges is falling rapidly. There is going to come a point where that demand falls. But luckily enough, we have the halving in April. So even when the demand falls, the supply is halved. Only 450 a day from April the 20th is going to be produced. So even if the ETFs, which are currently taking 10,000 Bitcoin a day off the market, even if that goes down to 1,000 a day, so even if it falls to 10% of the volume that it is now, it's still taking twice as many Bitcoin off the market than is being produced. What do you think is going to happen? There is going to be an incredible supply shock. An incredible supply shock. Right, I'm going to drop a box before I forget. So if you're watching on Binance, we drop some small SHIB boxes throughout the show as a token of our appreciation. Okay. Now, what's nice about Thursday and Fridays is I only stream on YouTube and Binance. So my ability to talk about things increases, and I don't have to watch my P's and Q's as much. And that's just a nice thing to do. I can speak more freely towards the end of the week. So the Bitcoin halving and the Bitcoin ETFs, what does that mean for supply and demand? The resounding success has been a boon for the price of Bitcoin, and its timing could not have been better. The age-old principle of supply and demand. Supply won't be halved. The miners will mine double their BTC. No. The block rewards, that come from Bitcoin are going from 900 a day block, sorry, 900 a day to 450 a day. The actual block reward is going from 6.25 to 3.125. So the amount of Bitcoin being produced is being halved. That's what's going to happen. Then there will come a period of equilibrium where the price has to rise to make it profitable for the miners to mine. That's how it will work. So the physical amount of Bitcoin being produced is going to be halved. No matter how hard the miners work, they still can't produce more than the blocks. So in April, we will have the halving, as we've talked about. That's when the rewards per block are being halved. And as the CIO of Bitwise has said, it's a good recipe for higher prices. Now, we're not going to go into too much of this because I don't want to spend too long on these things, and I've got a time constraint, so we're going to whiz through these things. I'm just going to very quickly bring you up the chart and explain. When we're breaking up, everybody thinks we're going to the moon. And when we're breaking down, everybody thinks we're doomed. Now, again, what happened was we've been rejected, we've been rejected, we've been rejected. So where are we going to go next? Back to 52.4 is my prediction for this. We are bouncing off this line. Yes, we've come above it, but we haven't held above it. We got as high as 53,000. We've come as low as, I think, 50,800, 50,700, something like that. So until we break this line, you could say, let me put another line in here. You could say possibly that this is the channel that we're in right now. And yes, we're going to break up at some point. I've got a line up here, which is my next target for Bitcoin, which is about 55,000 for Bitcoin. On the grand scheme of things, what's that? That's about a 6% move, I think, for Bitcoin. 6 or 7% move. That's possible, but you know, when you put lines onto charts like this, you can clearly see what we're doing. And until something happens, we're either going to break up or we're going to break down. Given the volume of purchases by these ETFs, I expect us to move up. Remember, this dip has been caused by the sale, the Grayscale sale. I think it was Genesis, were they called? Wanted their Grayscale shares liquidated. So that caused a bit of a drop in the market. But again, the other ETFs have just soaked up that sell pressure, and again, the prices are going to start to move up again. So very bullish on Bitcoin. Again, long-term target 55,000. Long-term being 2 to 4 weeks, I would say. We've got to be careful because we are getting close to the halving. We're only really now, what are we, 3, 7, 8 weeks away from the halving, 8.5 weeks away from the halving. So we've got to be careful because I think we are going to move up quite rapidly. Maybe we get to 60,000 by April the 20th. Maybe we go higher. On the downside, we've still got our bull market support band down here, which is moving up. It's currently at about 41.3. So 41.3, 20% drop from where we are now. Is that possible? Absolutely. If we get a black swan, where would that bring us down to? Well, the first port of call would be here, which would be about, what's that, 47,000. We've had that previously here and here a little bit. So we could hit 47,000 on the way down and 41,000 would bounce off. But again, when are we going to get to the bull market support band? What's likely to happen if we don't get there anytime soon is the bull market support band will move up like this over time. And at some point we will get to here. Bull market support band will be here and we will have some kind of correction before we carry on up. So I'm not saying we're going to come down to 41.3. I'm saying at some point soon we need to come down to the bull market support band, whether that just be before or just after the halving. I do expect us to test it again. Even with all the demand coming in from the ETFs, I do think we're going to test it. Now, We talk a lot again about digitizing real world assets, stocks and shares, all of those kind of things. We talk about that a lot on here because, again, that's going to be one of the new big industries that's going to come along, and there's going to be blockchains wanting to move in and wanting to get involved in this. And I couldn't type in zero knowledge Ethereum virtual machines on the menu, it wouldn't fit. So it's ZK EVMs, which might mean absolutely nothing to most people out there. But Polygon is built on, Polygon's a layer 2 on Ethereum, and it staked its reputation on ZK rollups. It introduced the AG layer yesterday. AG layer is probably one of the reasons it pumped up to $1. It creates shared liquidity, a shared pool of different chains, and allows the chains to remain autonomous, but creates a single front end, if you like, for users. Now, Polygon, for me, perfectly primed to move into the tokenization of real world assets. They're a massive layer 2. I think they're undervalued, and I don't know whether 2024 is going to be the year that transforms traditional asset management. I think these articles like to give closer headlines than are real. I think you're more looking at 25, 26 even for when this happens, maybe 2026, because these things just take time. You can't just turn around and say, okay, we're now going to digitize the stock market. We're now going to tokenize the stock market. It takes a long time to do these things. So the key capabilities, particularly the development of the ZK EVM or ZK EVM, are capable of enabling tokenization of real-world assets and setting the stage for a fundamental transformation of the global financial system. Now, if you are going to move the S&P or any other highly expensive asset, if you are going to move it to a blockchain, the most obvious blockchain to move it to is Ethereum. And the most obvious layer 2 to use is Polygon, because Ethereum has got the most. It's the second largest crypto. Polygon has been there, done that. It's got partnerships with everybody, and Polygon is cheaper. You don't want to be carrying out transactions directly onto Ethereum. It's too slow. So you want to use a layer 2 on Ethereum, and for me, Polygon is the perfect solution. And again, I've been telling you guys since about 50, 60 cents that Polygon is going to rip. Everything that's coming out this year from Polygon is telling me that it's going to go up. Not financial advice, of course. With the advancements in developer tools and mathematically proven security measures, the components are assembled. Sounds a little bit like all of the Infinity Stones. The ZK EVM, capable of performing smart contract transactions with a zero-proof environment, has firmly established itself in blockchain infrastructure. Of course, Ethereum is too slow. That's one of the reasons you would use Polygon. Ethereum is too slow to put transactions directly on. Polygon rolls up all of these transactions and then submits them as one to Ethereum. So it creates a bundle. So it creates, I don't know, let's pick a number, 1,000 transactions get put together and submitted as one. So that reduces the load on Ethereum. And of course, Polygon takes its revenue from each of those individual transactions. So the picture of success for Web3 is to create a chain of chains, in essence, a seamless user experience across the entire ecosystem, is what I've just been talking about. Here we go. So the ZK facilitates tremendous liquidity potential by enabling near instant settlements, atomic settlements. A user can take liquidity from one chain and do a decentralized exchange transaction seamlessly onto another chain. This is why Polygon is undervalued, in my opinion. This aggregation of liquidity, this aggregation of chains. We talk about the fact that at the minute, the blockchain world is created out of about 50 or 60 different spiders webs. And aggregation just creates one great big web. And that allows you to hop from one chain to another without really needing to know what's going on. So, very bullish on Polygon, very bullish on what they can offer. They're a big enough company to be able to cope with dealing with large financial institutions, and Ethereum is the the chain of choice. I don't think we're going to see this happening anytime soon on Solana. Much as I love Solana, it does go down, and that's the issue. So very quickly, because I don't want to spend too much time on the charts, let's get in here. So Polygon has been, where did I buy Polygon? I bought Polygon somewhere back here, maybe about here. So I bought Polygon about here, and as you can see, we had a huge, tremendous run up, and then we've been in the kind of the buy zone. All of this area here is the buy zone for Polygon. Anything kind of between 56 and 70 cents was a good price for Polygon. Previous all-time high, was it $1.80, something like that? I've held Polygon for a long time. I've held Polygon so long, I've actually lost some of it in a wallet, which is locked and gone forever. We've come up, and what I like about Polygon is it respects the Fib levels. I mean, you couldn't write this. I mean, this is perfect. We've bounced off this price here, which is $1.04. We've come back down and tested 93 cents, and now we're moving back up. So I do expect us to start looking at previous all-time highs, previous price action. Price action here is 117, 124. That's where I see Polygon going, but I do expect it to rip an awful lot in this bull run, simply because it's in the news, and because it's in the news, people will start to think about it. And as soon as you say that Polygon is associated with Ethereum, that just gives it that extra carrot, if you like. But for me, Polygon is going to keep rising over the next 6 months. And talking about coins that are going to rise, 11:32. We run out of time on a regular basis, don't we? We run out of time trying to keep on track. There's a lot to get through. In fact, I think we're only halfway through the show. So Crypto Trader says AI altcoins are the ones to focus on. Pinpoint entry prices for 3 projects. Again, if you've been watching me, it's to use the market cap. And that sounds really boring.